Hello, and welcome. This pregnancy and birth class will cover a range of topics that should provide information in general about this topic to those interested, but it is especially important for the education of soon-to-be mothers. We will explore topics such as, first, prenatal development, including the stages of development, health, nutrition, exercise, and environment. Secondly, the birth of the baby, including the stages of childbirth, the methods of childbirth, as well as problems at birth. Lastly, we will cover the newborn baby, including the wellness of the mother, the bond of the attachment with the baby, how physicians assess the newborn, and soothing newborns. We believe that those educated about pregnancy and birth will overall be able to have a happier and healthier pregnancy, as well as being more prepared for childbirth. With hopes of preventing problems after delivery and ensuring the best for the newborns and mothers, we have developed a class to prepare families and encourage the wellness within our society. We hope to see you there. This course will be taught locally in Baltimore, and classes will take place weekly for 2 months. Partnering with Mom's Organic Market and Pure Bar in Hamden, these meetings will be held in the Rotunda on West 40th Street. This ideal setting and partnership allows the class to embody what is being taught. Not only learning about pregnancy and birth, participants are encouraged to also take part in nutrition and exercise components being offered so that they may gain a fuller experience. Let's begin with some class content. In general, pregnancies are broken down into 3 trimesters, which are considered week 1 to week 2, week 3 to week 8, and week 9 to week 38. Prenatal development is split into 3 stages: the germinal stage, the embryonic stage, and the fetal stage. The germinal stage takes place during the first 2 weeks of the pregnancy. It is the developmental period between conception and the implantation of the embryo when a blastocyst is formed. A blastocyst is what is formed when the zygote takes the form of a sphere of cells surrounding a cavity of liquid. Next, within the embryonic disc, layers of cells form, allowing for the protection and nourishment of the embryo. Once a cell is implanted in the uterine wall, the mother provides nourishment and the placenta will serve as the organ for this. The embryonic stage is next. From implantation until about the 8th week of development, major organs begin to form. This process can be described in terms of cephalocotically, the development from head to tail, and proximocetically, the development from the inner part of the body outward. The nervous system develops as well as the sensory organs. Digestive, respiratory, excretory, reproductive, and circulatory systems also emerge. By the 2nd month, limbs, facial features, and some organs can be seen and are working. The umbilical cord connected to the placenta is the pathway for nutrients to the baby. Lastly is the fetal stage. This lasts from the 9th week of development until the baby is born and comprises the 2nd and 3rd trimesters. At this point, the fetus can open and close its eyes, suck its thumb, alternate between wakefulness and sleep, as well as respond to light and sound. Now the mother is able to feel movements of the baby. The heart and lungs become increasingly stronger in preparation for independent life. As long as the baby is born after the 25th week, then the chances of survival are good. While pregnant, it is important to keep a well-balanced diet. Fruits, vegetables, and proteins are a good source of vitamins and nutrients, but it is also important to take extra prenatal vitamins that include folic acid. Exercise is also very beneficial. Staying active is not only beneficial to the body, but to the mind as well. Teratogens are environmental agents that can harm the embryo and fetus. Pregnant women should not consume coffee, alcohol, drugs, or smoke. These agents can have serious effects on the baby, such as miscarriage, the baby being addicted themselves, or physical abnormalities and mental disabilities. Make sure to see your doctor regularly throughout the pregnancy period. Now let's get into the birth of the baby. There are 3 stages of childbirth. The initial contractions are called Braxton Hicks contractions, also known as false labor. Labor begins with regular contractions of the uterus causing the cervix to dilate, and this first stage can last from a few hours or as long as a day. In this process, the head of the fetus is moving into the birth canal, and the cervix is almost fully dilated. The second stage is marked when the head of the baby appears in the canal and ends once the neonate is born. The mouth of the baby is given attention, making sure breathing is proper. The umbilical cord is clamped and severed. Finally, in the last stage, the placenta separates from the uterine wall and is discharged along with other membranes. At this point, the mother is recovering and the neonate is undergoing examination. There are different methods of childbirth that a soon-to-be mother should consider. Typically, contemporary American childbirths take place in hospitals, although sometimes a midwife, an individual who helps a woman in childbirth, can deliver the child at home. In a hospital setting, general anesthesia can be administered, which puts the mother to sleep because of discomfort during this time. Regional or local anesthetics doesn't put the mother to sleep, but there is no pain in certain areas. A common choice, an epidural, is anesthesia injected into the spinal canal, temporarily numbing the body below the waist. Some mothers may choose to have a natural childbirth, in which no anesthesia is used. Another possibility is the Lamaze method, where women are educated about childbirth, learning how to relax and breathe in patterns that conserve energy and pain. This is also known as prepared childbirth. Lastly, cesarean section is the method of childbirth in which the neonate is delivered surgically through the abdomen. Abbreviated C-section, it's typical to choose this method of childbirth if there are any complications with the mother or child. Sometimes there can be problems at birth. Some of these problems are related to oxygen deprivation and preterm or low birth weight for the baby. The Apgar scale is used to assess the health of the neonate. For the mother, during the postpartum period, which is the time that immediately follows childbirth, a severe prolonged depression can take course, known as postpartum depression. Finally, it is very important for mothers to bond or form attachments with their newborns. Soothing a newborn by picking them up, quietly talking to them, stroking them, or rocking them is helpful when they are distressed. Properly done, healthy children will be raised. Although the process may seem overwhelming at a glance, the effort and love put into the development, birth, and raising of the child will be worth all the pain, tears, and struggles when memories are made with the children you love. We will dive more deeply into these topics throughout the classes, so we hope to see you there.